The bottomed out banjo bolt has been successfully removed by Barnyard Engineering Services, and he had the bright idea actually of going in from the other end, and then he got a square chisel in the bolt the other end and managed to twist it out. It wouldn't, nothing this end would touch it. However, in the process of doing this, we have discovered that the seal on the plunger is mullered anyway. Barnyard didn't do that. It had basically fell to bits inside, so it's a good job we looked, because it needs a rebuild kit, which is no problem at all. The cylinder's been saved, so it's now Thursday night. I bet if I order one from Wimoto, it'll be here for the weekend. Cool. New pressure switches here. This one is German, not Italian, thank Christ. So this one will fit the BMW F650s as well. So I'm going to try see if it's the same thread. This is from Wimoto and it's listed for this, so it should be all right. And also parcelage. So let's open parcelage. Exciting. Ordering bike parts is like Christmas for adults. This should be an oil filter for Charlie. And fork seals for Charlie, Slinky Glide, and an oil filter for Charlie. Good. Tight gits, I haven't put a notebook or anything in there. I'm a sucker for free gifts. So yes, and hello, a parcel from the Netherlands. What could this possibly be? I wonder. I know what it is, because I ordered them, and I showed you lot what I ordered the other day. Oh yeah! Oh, look at that. That is why they were 30 quid with the postage. The postage was about 12 quid, to be honest. Original, proper Honda forky bolts and washers. So that's cool. We've got the seals, we've got the bolts. I can crack on with the forks. So that'll be the front end of Charlie done. So, right, yes. This is no doubt going to be tagged on to whatever video is coming out after the one that you've just watched. Hope you can see me in my beautiful hair. So, it's now Friday, and I've got no idea what I filmed before and what I showed you, because I haven't looked at it. I put another video out the other day, didn't I, with the start of Charlie's forks. Well, some more parts have come in. This is the master cylinder reservoir for the Aprilia, and I said in the previous video there is no diaphragm. Well, the cap and the diaphragm are 30 quid. In fact, it's not much more for the complete thing from Aprilia, to be honest. But I went on to the Jungle website, beep, 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 and I got that, which is almost exactly the same size, hand gesture, and has the diaphragm and all that lot, from Amazon for not a lot of money. I think it was under a pot. Flatulence. I've just been out for a nice cake, and I had some dandelion and burdock as well, so I should be farting extensively. So I bought that, so that's going to do that little job. Yes, I could have run the bike without the diaphragm and the braking system and all that lot, but it just increases the chance, because it's hidden away behind a panel, and probably only gets looked at once a year when they service the bike. Because it's not got a diaphragm, it's got a greater chance of absorbing moisture and the brake fluid going off very quickly, and it's going to be when you need the brakes. So that is why I've got that. I don't know whether I've filmed this before, but parts have come in. Original Honda from the place I couldn't pronounce last time, I'm sure. Oh, cmsnetherlands.com. So yes, 2 genuine Honda Thelingwashers and 2 genuine Honda Fockbolts made of top quality Japanese cheese. So because I've got today off instead of tomorrow, I've got to work tomorrow because it's I'm on one of those tests where it's work to the job, not to your shift pattern basically, which I don't mind. I'm going to rebuild Steve's forks today and get them in, get the front wheel in, probably get the battery in, throw a bit of juice down its throat and see if she'll bark off. That's the plan. I can't do any more to the Aprilia. I've sort of temporarily routed the lovely brake line that's come from OHA. Top quality. Also, I think I showed it in a photo on Facebook. I'm not sure I showed it in a VGR, but the cup washer in the Brembo master cylinder for the Aprilia was torn to bits. I mean, that is half of it there. It fell apart, so somebody had put a caliper rebuild kit in, but they hadn't bothered with the master cylinder. Common, perfectly common. And it's odd because it's the first rear master cylinder I've done which has like a plastic bushing. It's not like a Nissin one or something like that. These Brembo ones are quite odd. And I tried Wamoto, they don't do Brembo rebuild kits. I tried M&P, they don't do them. I tried, well, they didn't do them. But a quick Googlage search on the Google machine brought up a racing shop, a motorcycle and car racing shop that stocks all the Brembo master cylinder rebuild kits, because it's not like they're uncommon. They're on Aprilias, they're on Ducatis, and have been for years, I mean decades and more decades than that. BMWs are Brembo. Old BMWs, you know, like R65s and stuff like that, a lot of those came with Brembos. Not always, you know, Grimisha and all that lot. So there is a kit coming. The rebuild kit was 28 quid, so that's about normal, but we're going to have a fully rebuilt master cylinder, fully rebuilt caliper, braided line, so hopefully the rear brake will do more than just warming the disc up. So that's where we are. So I am now going to go into the other shed. Today's beverage, Lucozade Alert energy drink, high caffeine. That's going to be fun for my bottom later. I just seen it, fancied it. I'm not a massive fan of energy drinks. I don't like Red Bull or anything like that, but occasionally I don't mind a Lucozade energy beverage. So that's what I'll be doing. Well, one thing I want to do, I just want to get the damper. The damper rod's already out, but I want to get it out. There is washers on one fork and no washers on the other because I've been studying. And like I say, one sanction, the sanction this side is about 10mm shorter than the sanction the other side, which is why I'm doing them one at a time. And then I don't mix the fork parts up. Hand gestures. So yes, so hopefully the rebuild kit for this will be here this weekend, because I paid for next day delivery and I didn't order it till like 11 o'clock last night. So hopefully that'll be it Saturday, and then I can get the brakes all good on the Aprilia, get it booked in for an MOT, fit the cover gasket. That's it, that's all I've got to do. The front tyre I'm not worried about because there's plenty of chonk left on it, and then I'll get Mark to change it at his leisure. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to turn you off now and then go in the shed and rebuild a fork. Yes. I forgot to add, I knew there was something, that I've got some high temperature setting. Oh, you don't want to say your eggshell. High temperature paint. I've got the tin of normally paint because I'm going to do the rear silencers on the Aprilia, because where they disappear under the side panels, where they don't usually get washed or anything, they've got a tiny bit of surface rust, and I can just paint a good glob of it straight over with that. But that doesn't need to be done immediately, but yes, that's what that's for. And I don't think any other bits have come in. We're not really waiting for much. Mazzy's doing the caliper on the VFR, so when that comes back, that can be sprayed up, all the seals put in, and then all the brakes can go on. But what I might do when the forks are in is I will then fit the braided hoses that Uncle Steve got. So that's where we are, basically. Right. One day I will be organised and it will be filmed professionally. Nope. Yes, well, I've just turned the light out in the shed and forgot I filmed an update. Anyway, most of the day spent knobbing around on Charlie. So, fork seals done and dusted, forks back in. I'm just sort of test fit the fairing, but it's a bit shit because one side's broken off. Also, whoever had it before had completely the wrong mirrors, and I wondered why they'd cut one bolt out the mirrors. It's because they were the fucking wrong ones. You can get replacements, they're not expensive, so we shall give Uncle Steve that option. Anyway, I thought I'd move Charlie off the stand, so he's now taking up a bit less room. I can easily get Phyllis in, and that Italian thing there, which I'm going to have to think of a decent nickname for. I don't know. It's probably going to be called Peggy. Yes. Anyway, who knows? The Brembo Master Cylinder rebuild kit has been dispatched today, so it may be here tomorrow. So if that's the case, I can get the rear brake line plumbed in, fingers crossed working, and then she's ready for an MOT. So it might even be MOT next week or next weekend. Oh, that's my phone game, bleepity bleep. Anyway, got the back end off of Charlie because I've just put some penetrating oil on some of the nuts, and I'm going to get the rear light off and we're going to fix this. This is common for this to push through. They're only like glued in, but it's very common. But I'll get the back light out and we'll refabricate it. I've got to bleed the back brake. Obviously, we've got to fit the front brakes and stuff. So that's where we are. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is Charlie Forks Part 2, even though I didn't film a lot of forks. Anyway, I had an issue with I had an issue with all of them. Anyway, as you know, it's got brand new bolts at the bottom of the forks, brand new sealing washers. They're thread sealed and then put in. I had no problem tightening them up with the damper rod holder, and they all went together well. Even the tops went on nicely, which is astonishing really, because you know what a fight I had with the ZX. What else? Yes, I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, I've put the new fairing stay on. That's gone on, and the clocks have gone back on. I've got to reattach the speedo cable. So yeah, little jobs. Oh, I've got to plumb in the under tank pipes for the fuel feed and the vacuum, because I managed to get the vacuum pipe on the side of the cylinder. What a pain in the bottom. And of course it's pulled itself off the tap, bastard. But all I need to do is get a couple of inches clearance under the tank, and I can shove the main fuel pipe on and shove the vacuum pipe on. So yeah, so I don't know whether Uncle Stevie wants to try and find a new cowling or what. I mean, yes, that one could be repaired, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? So I'm going to leave it at that. Nice. Oh, what was the other thing I had problems with? Oh yeah, the right hand fork, when you pop the stanchions apart, there should be a spacer washer above the bush. It was missing on that one, so all they'd got was the bush, then the seal, and then nothing, just the clip. That will allow the seal to move 3 or 4 mil, which is no good, absolutely no good, because it's going to put unnecessary damage on the seal lips and all that lot. So what I've done is I made, when that photo I put on Facebook earlier, I was making a plastic washer, because all it's got to do is take up a bit of space. So I made a plastic washer to give it the correct height for the sealing clip, the retainer clip. So that's what I was doing, so I'm happy with it, so it's all good. So yeah, so that's a little bit more of Project Charlie done. Nice.